Today's video is about picking out the right car for your first Turo vehicle. $2,600 with this vehicle so far. Welcome back with another video, and right now we're at the airport picking up the rental car. Just coming back from a booking last night and got my personal car right there. I got another booking today. So in today's video we're going to be talking about picking the right vehicle for Turo, basing it off your market and how to pick the right vehicle for Turo. I've been doing this for about 3 years now. I own a 2017 Volkswagen Tiguan that I rent out on the Turo platform, and so far this car has made me a decent amount of money this year, and I'm going to be telling you the tips and tricks on how I was able to get the car and why I picked the car and why maybe you should pick maybe something similar to this. But let's go ahead and check this car out, make sure it's okay, make sure there's no damage done to it, and then we're going to park my personal car right in this same spot and go clean this car and get this video started. I made videos about checking in and out the car. First thing you want to do is just check, make sure there's no damage. As you can see, they had some people back here. It's a little dirty, as you can see, but that's, you know, to be expected. That's not out the ordinary or anything like that. It's a little dusty, got stuff all over it, but that's cool because we got a car wash pass. That's why we're gonna take it to the car wash. So everything looks good back there. All right, let's go ahead and check it out on this side. Like I said, I don't see any smoke or any damage. It's just kind of dirty. That's all it is. Just make sure there's no damage on the exterior of the car. Go ahead and start it up. All right, got a full tank of gas, so that's good. All right, y'all, so we're leaving my personal right here. I already locked it up, and we're gonna jump into the rental so we can go get it clean. Parking pass right here. I do drop off my car in a parking garage at the airport, as I said, and y'all saw earlier. That way I can do contactless pickup, you know, give my car to the next guest, and I don't have to be there. It helps out a lot, and it's a key factor in how I'm able to get most of my bookings. And I have also made videos about business credit. I do have a business credit card. If y'all want me to redo that video, just definitely let me know down in the comments, and I'll be glad to do that.
Hello.
Hey.
17.
All right. So now we're off to our location to talk about why I chose this particular car and how you can choose your very first car for Turo, and why it's important to, you know, kind of study your market and everything like that. But any further talking, let's go ahead and head to our location. We have made it to our location. This area is just amazing with all the graffiti, the art, everything. And this is one of those places that you have in your city or location where you can take pictures of your car. But that's a whole different topic, and that's not this video about taking pictures for your car. Today's video is about picking out the right car for your first Turo vehicle. So like I said, you know, I've showed you the car. It's a 2017 Volkswagen Tiguan. It's really nice, you know, it has everything that you would want and need in a vehicle. As you see, leather seats, you know, panoramic sunroof, Apple CarPlay right there, enough trunk space where if you want to put luggage and everything in the vehicle, it's perfect for that. Plenty of space in there. It's turbocharged, nice rims, still pretty stylish, you know, even though it is a 2017, but you can't tell me that vehicle does not look nice, you know. It's very, very nice in my opinion. The main thing when you're picking out a car, if you're not too mechanically inclined and you don't really know too much about cars, you definitely want to pick a car. You have a lot of mechanics in your town. You don't always want to take your vehicle to the dealership. So I would say the first step into picking the right car is base it off mechanic abilities or the people you may know who are mechanics in your local town or area. I have been going to Charleston Wagon Works. I've made plenty of videos about them. They work on my car. I bought in a car from them, and I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars with them, and they always take good care of me and help me out with my vehicle. Video right here, if you haven't seen that, definitely go check that out. We're able to fix this car take apart the engine within 1 day and fix it and turn it around for me so I can get back on the road for my next guest. So that'll be step number one. Base the car off your mechanic abilities, or if you know any mechanic shop. The second thing is, definitely study your market. Figure out what kind of vehicle is needed and wanted and what kind of people you want to attract to your vehicle. If you get like a sports car, like a Dodge Charger, Challenger, or a Corvette, or any kind of car, or a luxurious car, people are going to be speeding, burning up the tires, causing more wear and tear on your vehicle and just putting more stress on the motor. So if that's the kind of people you want to attract, that's cool. You can charge more money, way more money for them. Right now, I currently charge $60 for my car, and that's really not that much, considering what the vehicle is and what all that it has. Definitely, just study the market. Depends on what kind of people you want to attract. So me personally, I want families and couples like me and my girlfriend to rent my vehicle. Why? Because I don't really speed too much. I cut up a little bit, I do drive kind of a fast car. I have an Audi SQ5. I like to drive a little bit fast, but not too fast. So I really want to attract guests like me and families, because families, they drive safe. They're not going to, act crazy or, speed or do anything that they're supposed to do in the vehicle. Be mindful of that when picking out your car. If you're starting off with your first vehicle, I would say get an SUV. Would be plenty enough. Perfect for your very first Turo vehicle, but it also depends on the occasion, what they want to do. Also, be in mind, if you were to get a luxurious car, there's that luxurious price tag. Well, some people might say, well, bro, you got a Volkswagen, those are pretty expensive. But honestly, as long as you take care of the maintenance of this car, it will run. I've had some issues and problems with it, but not that many, considering 111 people on Turo have driven this vehicle, and I haven't had that many problems with it. It's been a great car. I bought it with very low miles. I bought this car when it had 29,000 miles on it. And right now it has 63,000. It's done fairly well for what it is. I've been lucky enough where I hadn't had many accidents or problems with it, so I'm very lucky with that. And that might be because of the vehicle I chose, because I chose to get a SUV. It doesn't have to be a Volkswagen. It could be any SUV you want, or that you feel comfortable working on, or based off your mechanic. But this car is a trooper, man. I'm trying to tell you. Now, going back to your market too. So I am fortunate enough, I live in Charleston, South Carolina, tourist area. A lot of people move down here from the north because of the warm weather. A lot of people come here to visit because of the historic events that happen in the city. It's very historic. A lot of beautiful scenery, a lot of beaches. So there's a lot of tourism in and out the city. Kind of base the car off of your climate too. So this car is a front wheel drive car, so that means the front wheels turn and have the power and the back wheels don't. So if you live in an area where there's a lot of snow and a lot of rain, get an all-wheel drive vehicle. If there's snow, people want to feel safe, and you want your guests to be safe, so definitely get an all-wheel drive vehicle, allow them to have that. But if you live in a nice climate like Florida, Charleston or South Carolina, Georgia, Texas, maybe you can get a convertible, like a drop top, and people would want to drop the top in a vehicle like that. Based off the climate, will depend on the car that you get and the car that people will want to rent. It's really limitless. It's all up to you if you really want to deal with the hassle of having a luxurious car, a sports car, or the economy car. But honestly, in this market, I would say there's plenty of opportunity to still make money. I made a video right here if you want to check that out about the new updates to Turo and how there's automatic bookings. Turo no longer allows you to deny bookings. They're all on approved bookings. And Turo did this so they can get more bookings and to expand their company. So now we're on websites like Kayak or, in airports where you can just book a car from the airport to get more exposure to the platform itself. So there's a lot of opportunity if you're just now getting started. Never think it's too late to get started in the game. There's plenty of money to be made, and the company itself is doing really well. So I have somebody picking it up later on today at the airport. They're going to have it for a full week. That's another key way. Make sure if you are getting your vehicle, make sure you're able to drop it off at your airport and make it very convenient for your guests. As long as you have that whole system down flawlessly, you'll be able to make tons of money. Make sure you have good customer service. As you can see right here, a lot of my guests are leaving me 5 stars and leaving me good comments. achieve all-star host, and I have been able to make $2,600 with this vehicle so far. Plenty of money to be made, so never think that it's too late to start, and you can scale it up to from 1 car to 3 cars or 5 cars or 6 cars or how many cars you really want to do, and make this a full-time job and make $100,000+ a year doing this. If you're just thinking about doing Turo, definitely go ahead and take that leap of faith and just go ahead and jump out there and do it. Never think you can't do it, because you can, and as long as you just follow these simple steps, you'll be fine, honestly. Without any further talking, let's go ahead and get this car ready and clean. As you can see, it's a little bit dirty, and I have to get it ready for my next guest. The person is picking it up later on today at 5 o'clock, so let's go ahead and get that ready. I would say that's another thing you need to think about when starting up doing Turo, is how you're going to clean the cars. So I have a monthly pass where I pay each month around like $20 to clean the car. I can clean it once a day, every day if I wanted to, but yeah, I pay $20, you know, it gets you through once a day, and you can clean the cars. They also have an area over there to clean your mats. They got vacuum cleaners to clean out the car, window spray, rags. They got everything you need and everything. So that's another thing you need to think about when you are starting up doing Turo, is how you're going to clean your cars and how you're going to be able to turn them around. Only took a couple of dollars since it was already full, only $4. That's not too bad. Make sure I get the receipt. Get that receipt. Yes. And it doesn't give me a receipt. Yeah, I gotta go inside and get a receipt. All right, y'all. Another thing I want to mention too, when considering getting your first Turo vehicle, is whether or not you're gonna finance it or buy it outright. I currently finance this car, and I purchased it for around like $20,000. 2021 when I first bought it. Put down some around like $7,000 or $8,000. I wish I bought this car out in cash or bought a cash car. And the thing is, you know, depending on if you're just getting started or not, you know, some of you might be really eager to get started, and some of you really want to go ahead and get your Turo fleet going. But the main thing is too, you have to remember, like, that's an additional thing that you have to pay for. Even though that this car is making me money, but I still gotta pay my car payment each month, and that's cutting into some of my profit. Granted, you won't be profiting until you really make your money back when you buy out the vehicle, but essentially it kind of feels like you are profiting, if that makes sense. Yeah, definitely think about which way you're gonna do it. You can either buy out a car cash or finance it. I definitely recommend buying out the car cash. You know, that's the best way to do it, and that's less of a worry each month. You know, say that the car's sitting, it's not making any money, then you don't have to really worry about it as much because it's already paid for. So all you have to do is just pay for your insurance. And on top of that too, so since I do finance this car, I have to have gap insurance on this car. It's like something else on top of it as well too. So I have to pay a little bit more for insurance since the car's financed. So I pay right now for two financed vehicles around $700 a month for that, plus car payments, and that could be kind of pricey and expensive, and that's another reason why I haven't decided to add on another vehicle. So my main thing that I would say is, if you really want to get started in the game, make sure you have enough to put down half of what the car is worth. The way you could find a used car is, you know, I bought this car from CarMax, or you could go Facebook Market, you know, since you already have a car, to get started, see how it is. You don't want to have any personal attachments to the car. This car is pretty dirty, and I don't really care about it because, you know, it's meant to get rented out, you know. People have smoked in this car. I found condoms in this car, minor accident from somebody. So if you have any personal attachments, just don't even think about renting out the car. If you do buy the car for Turo, you just have to be all the way detached from it and just know that this is like a money maker, and things are gonna happen to it. So those are another things if you're gonna take into consideration if you are going to be getting your first Turo car, whether or not you're gonna finance it or not, or buy it outright. And definitely don't be attached to the car, because things are going to happen to the car. It's just a matter of time. On the way here, I got notification about the tire pressure monitoring system, and this is another thing. I made a video about things that keep in your car. If you haven't seen that, definitely check that out right here. Luckily, I have a air pump in my personal car, so I'm just gonna pump up the air and get that light off there real quick, because we're already back in the airport. I don't want to have to go all the way back to a gas station, so I'm glad I have this. So let's go ahead and take that light off there real quick. Right, so I was able to fill up all the tire pressures. It was my front left, but got that fixed and it's all stored. And now we're ready to go park up the car and end off this video. So I'll see y'all once I park up the car. Alright, YouTube, and just like that, we are back at the airport like we never left. And the main takeaway from all of this, it's about just taking that leap of faith and just getting started, you know? I know with me, I like to really do all my research and all my homework, but I would have never known anything if I just kept studying and doing all these things and learning about it, if I never took that leap of faith and started doing Turo. So really the main takeaway from all this is that you just got to take that leap of faith and just get started, you know? It's not that hard to get started. You don't really have to do too much. As long as you do your homework, your research, study your market in your area, and make a good financial decision with buying or financing the car, you'll be perfect. You know, the amount of money you can really make with Turo is limitless. It takes levels, literally levels. So it goes Volkswagen, Audi, and Porsche. There's levels to the game, and you just gotta start on level 1 sometime, you know? And right now I'm on level 1, trying to get to level 2, and then eventually to level 3. So that's gonna wrap up today's video. Hopefully you found it very informative, and you know, if you learned something, definitely let me know down in the comments. And like I said, follow me out on Instagram at Wallace Low Country Rentals. I'll be glad to help y'all out. And if you liked today's video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And thanks for watching. Peace.